You're welcome.
Miss you, girl.
I miss you too. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Dear Lord Jesus, Heavenly Father, please still my soul. Shield me, guide me, protect me in love and light. I rebuke all evil entities. I banish them back to their source, body and blood. Amen. Thank you.
And thank you.
I am with Laura Lynn Henderson. I'm looking for her husband, Mike. Mike Henderson, are you here? I hear his rich voice. he, he goes, "Hey, baby," to you.
Oh, hey, baby.
Does this with your hair. Just like kind of goes back like that. He's holding paperwork. Looks like 3 or 4 pieces of white paper. His hands are big, and he's like going like this. He's like, "What is?" He goes, "What is this?"
Okay.
Hold on. I feel like he's in the kitchen. There's. If I were to like walk into a door of one of your houses, you maybe take like 3 steps in like a mud room, possibly like a little hallway. I feel like I see keys hanging on the wall to the right of me, and then the kitchen is like right there, like more to the left, but like open in the center. Is this one of your?
Okay.
Is this one of your houses?
Um, it could be a couple different places. I'm not sure if it's my mother's or if it's our old house that I sold that we built or.
The walls are not white. I will say that they look like they could be like a maroon or a creamy brown or something, like a warm color like that. Okay.
I think my mother's house, and she has a key, like a key hanger right by the door.
Okay. He's saying yes, and I got tingles everywhere.
Okay.
Almost for I saw a quick flash of It looks like a treasure chest. It's not a treasure chest, like a chest. Okay, sorry, a chest.
A chest.
Yeah,
Okay.
like you could possibly only keep anything in it, but like if you wanted to keep like shoes, blankets, things that you need for the wintertime kind of thing, like that's what it looks like to me. Um, Mike, one more thing.
Haven't been in that chest in a while.
Something about your fingernails, like maybe you like broke a fingernail, cracked a fingernail, something here recently this morning, maybe.
Um, no, but I've been having a problem with my nails,
Okay,
but nothing this morning.
okay. Let me ask him. Mike Henderson. Is there a message that you would like to give to your wife, Laura Lynn Henderson? Of course, I love her and I miss her so much. She needs to get a game plan around. She needs to get more serious. She needs to strategize. Stop focusing on the walls that you've been hitting. You already know, reroute, go back to the drawing board. What's been said has been said.
Okay.
He said, but what's not been done needs to be done. What does she need to do?
Yeah.
He said you need to line up and execute the next 7 days perfectly.
I need to do what with the next 7 days?
Line up and execute the next
Line.
7 days perfectly. What is this in regards to? Your financial matters. This isn't limited to just being at work, doing work, going to work. This is sitting down. He's showing me like writing out excuse me, all of your bills, all of your expenditures, how much this would cost, how much that would cost, how much is, and figure out, did you say the difference? And figure out the difference. He said the grand tally as well.
Okay.
Why are you showing me this? You're not going to like this because I think I remember you saying that you didn't want to do this before. He's talking about going to your mom's. Or like up that way.
Yeah. Why? Why mom's?
He said safest place. Safest bet. Hold on.
Safest?
Go further. He says you might not see it as a win-win right now. He says, but your mother needs you, whether she's telling you this or not. This is more of like an emotional situation for her. He keeps saying it's only temporary. I've got a sharp pain in my heart right now. Why is this?
Is it mom or Kent?
This feels like mom.
Okay.
She might be having issues soon if she's not
Yeah.
showing it already.
Okay.
But I'm getting like little tiny flutter stabbing pains in my heart. Now, I will say this, it doesn't have to be as big as like how we jumped to like, oh, heart attack. This could be anxiety, terrible anxiety suffering, like because it feels like emotional to me.
My stepdad's been having some very serious issues and thought he was going to die the other day. He couldn't catch his breath. And I've been feeling this, that my mother was going to need me because I had this strong sense that something's going to happen to my stepdad. So I don't know if maybe I'm feeling it wrong. Maybe it's my mother instead. I don't know.
He says that she needs you regardless.
Yeah.
He says there's a lot of background noise with her, that a lot of personal things going on that
Right.
she might not even talk about. Maybe she's not giving you the whole in-depth, intimate details of it, because she's a human. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Just blatantly put, like, that's, everybody has their own pride. Nobody likes to admit that their mind, body, or soul is breaking down because, you know, they're used to being a certain way, and it's kind of eating her up inside.
She started crying when I left last time. A couple weeks ago, I left and she started to cry.
So
I get it.
there's that. Yeah, she needs you. He just keeps saying it softly, not forceful. She needs you. It's like,
I don't know how I'm supposed to do that when I've got Noah. He loves his new school now. He's been wanting to go there. This is 5th grade. You can't just up and stop life to move, and I can't live there with Noah because my brother is, he got in trouble years ago with pictures his friends were using his computer, and so my brother got blamed for that because it was his computer. So no children are allowed to live there, even though we stay there for a weekend or a few days. So I can't just hang out there. I don't know what to do with that. My hands are somewhat tied.
what do you have to say about that, Mike?
But he should know about that with Chad.
He's all right. 3 things are crossing right now. He's bringing up your house,
Yeah.
and then what was the other thing? He's not talking about Noah, because I said, what about Noah? And he keeps saying little house.
Okay.
It almost feels like you would be, he's showing me that it feels like loopholes. Like, I know you don't want to move Noah, but if you had to, there would be loopholes based off of the address of your little house, where it would go under the radar of the situation that you spoke of.
Right, like you have a different house out there on the property, maybe.
Yes, he just keeps talking about how you need to be around your mother right now.
Okay. I have a couple questions for him. I've been kind of beating myself up, and I miss him, and I miss Anna so much. This life really sucks. I'm trying to stop being a little self-absorbed person, but sometimes it sucks. And I struggle with reaching out with you, Car, because I hear it's a sin to reach out to those who have passed out of the flesh, and I want to know, is it a sin for me to contact him, and am I disturbing him? Because I know he has a life and I know he's got a job, and I know that, I don't know how I know, I just know that he's not standing there twiddling his thumbs waiting to see somebody. I know he's busy, and is this bothering him that I reach out like this occasionally, or that I talk to him when I'm, yeah.
I've been holding him back from talking. The first thing he showed me was a lily, and it flashed between like yellow and orange. He laid it down like a black surface. He says, "How now, woman? You need to pull yourself together." He says, "You need to pull yourself together." He goes, "Yes, I have a job. I have many jobs. It's interdimensional work. He can be anywhere, anytime like that. There is no such thing as time where he is." He's saying he is one of your spirit guides, and when you need him, he will be there. That's divine intervention. All you have to do is call him and what? Sin is indoctrination. It's a fear tactic. We're all beings. You can call him in anytime that you want. You can call anybody that is not in flesh anymore at this point in time. There's going to be a time when you no longer have a body and people are going to want to call you in. And he hopes to God that they never feel the way that you do.
Why are we encouraged not to? Why?
He says, what does fear do? Fear makes control. If somebody is afraid of something, then the fear has control over them.
Okay, I get that. What dimension is he in?
That was quick. He goes 5th before you can even finish. Holy crap.
That's one of my questions I haven't written down, so you probably got a sneak peek. I look for him when I go to sleep. I look for him in my dreams, and I look for Autumn, and I can't find them sometimes. Hardly ever. And I don't know if it's because he's in that dimension. You know, he's far from me.
Spirit's never far. As you were talking, he said 5th, and then he says sometimes 8th. I was trying to talk to him because I'm curious about that, but I'm listening to you too. What do you do when you're in the 8th?
Yeah. Wow.
Hold on, I'm trying to. Oh wow. So he astral travels to the homeless, but they're not necessarily of this world. Other worlds, other dimensions. He's aiding lost souls.
Okay.
So even furthermore with that, this is me talking. Furthermore with that being said, if you feel like you're a lost soul at any point in time in this meat suit, you have every right to call on him. That's part of his job. So you need to disassociate, detach, and stop beating yourself up about being selfish and loathing and no, stop, because God allowed us to have feelings. God allowed us to have attachments and relationships and connections. And if we didn't feel the way that we did, that there was such a devastation of a loss, then why are we here? We're here to bond. We're here to co-create through our Creator. You have to become intimate, and your intimacy with Him. Think about the best way I just heard it wailing in my head. When a mourning dove loses their mate, they pair bond. When the mourning dove loses their mate, how do they wail? It's a wail that makes the hair on my skin raise because they're in such agony. This feeling that you're feeling. I hate to say that it's meant to be, because I mean that's not like the right phrase to use, but this is completely natural for you to feel this way, and healing is messy, and there is no time frame on a grieving process.
Yeah.
So stop that. Because all you're doing is lowering your frequency, and that could be very well why you can't reach him in your dreams, because you're thinking it's a sin, and you're cutting yourself down, and you're beating yourself up, and trying to slap yourself across the face, saying, "I shouldn't be this way." And this, who cares? First of all, who cares what the fuck anyone else says or how anyone else views you? This is your world. This is your reality. This is
okay. So I'm not going to get in any kind of trouble.
No.
Okay.
No, you're punishing yourself. You're putting yourself in the corner for nothing, and you're actually keeping yourself further away from what you're trying to seek, which is him and Autumn. If we weren't allowed to do this, we wouldn't be able to. First and foremost, okay.
So, do you come in the middle of the night, or is that Autumn? Why in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping, like anywhere in between midnight and 3, and wake me up? I know it's one of y'all.
They both do. He likes to sit at the foot of your bed.
Yeah.
Autumn will do drive-bys. She likes to throw things at you. It doesn't exist in the 3D, but it almost looks like a ball of socks. Like if you were to take socks and like fold them, like make a ball, kind of like whips them at you, or like bounces it off the wall. And the reason why they come in between those hours is because when the veil is the thinnest, it takes. Imagine like if you've ever like been in a play as a kid, or like been like on this like stage kind of thing, how heavy those curtains are. Imagine that is a veil, a curtain, and you have to find your way through it. Not they know how to get through it, but it's so much easier for them to get through that veil. That thick, heavy velvet curtain turns into like a thin sheen shower curtain, if you will. Like that's the best way for them to get, because it's all energy. So for them to easily slide through and get into the lower dimension, they have to lower their frequency to meet you. They can only go so low, though.
Was that him 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago? Someone was there playing with the phone. I just started talking to Autumn, actually, and I was asking her questions, and every time I asked a question, it would light up. I didn't know it might be her. I have to ask her, but yesterday, not last night, the night before, I'm right now temporarily sleeping on a blow-up mattress, and someone was down there at the foot of the bed, and I thought they were going to unplug it. And I woke up because it felt like somebody was playing with my feet.
That's
and
Autumn.
I was like, no, don't you unplug that.
That's Autumn. Like,
okay, because I could see her doing that, I really could. She's a trickster.
I keep seeing a clock on the wall as you're talking about that, so I don't know if there's a clock on the wall in that room or like by you, or if that was...
There is a clock in that room, and you can hear it ticking. But also now Noah has a little clock, and it's got a pretty loud tick. But yeah, there's one in that room as well.
That's their confirmation. Like, yeah, they're in that room and they're messing with you. And Autumn says that if she could have pulled the plug, then she would have.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't, because that would have, at 2 a.m. or whatever time it was, I didn't even really look, but I was like, just thinking in my mind, no, don't you do that.
My God.
So I don't know why I felt that, she was down there going to pull that, but anyways. Yeah.
That's fine.
I guess she's here.
It's funny you say the time. Yeah, she's here. She's in her shorts. She always shows up in her shorts. But before you started talking, before I mentioned the clock, was it Autumn? Autumn said 2:49 was the time.
Okay.
That she was doing it.
Okay, I could see it was probably, it makes sense.
That was very specific.
2:49.
Then he said 2. I'm like, in my head, I said to her, I go, would she be up that late? I'm like, are you trying to say 12? And she goes, 2:49. And then you said 2. I was like, okay.
I was sleeping, but I felt someone down there at my feet. And actually, it's like they messed with the mattress. And you know how you could hear it on a blow-up mattress. And it almost felt like someone was touching my feet. And then when I heard that on the mattress, I just knew that they were going to unplug that, because the plug was right there. But I have a question, another question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've heard that Mike said to go to my mom's, she needs me, and it kind of answers that. I was just asking, how do I get out of this pit? I've dug a pit for myself, and I don't see a ladder. I don't see a way out. Real estate's slow right now, so it seems like when I do have a sale, everything in life takes the money, and I can't seem to save anything to be able to get out. I feel like I'm in quicksand, and I can't go anywhere.
This is why he talked about write everything down. This is why he talked about write every bill. Like, he's already showing me those papers again. Because when you started talking, how do I get out, without even knowing what you were going to say next, he says, you just go. Like, it was clear. And then he says, you're going to fight that in your head. Because you're gonna think that there's loose ends to tie up. He says, first of all, you need to step back and think about who you owe and how you owe them, and if you really owe them. He's kind of being, not mean, but his voice changed to stern, okay?
Okay.
He says, he goes, all the things that you're entertaining outside of work are past due, are expired. He says, that is why it's getting harder and harder for you. He says, we're trying to shove you where you need to go, because you'll be the one that wants to save face with everybody. And it's a fear thing where, what if I need to fall back on someone? What if, no, you don't fall back, you move forward. He keeps saying, you don't fall back, you move forward. You don't need to save face with anybody. Your time is up. You've done what you had to do. You've helped way too many people. Wait, he's showing your recycling sign. So as in, the best example that I could give you, and you'll know how to apply it to your life. Whenever I go live and I give readings, I gift readings, that's money out of my pocket, but I don't look at it that way. And then if nobody can pay me for a reading, I tell them to go help somebody else down the road. So it's a pay it forward energy. Like, just because you have done so much and you can't do any more where you're at for the people that you're around right now, don't do it anymore. Go down the road and go do something down the road for someone else, as well as it's not going to catch up to you because you've already done so much shit in the past for other people. This is kind of like dipping into that pot, that bank, I guess you'd call it, of great things that you've done for people with the amazing self that you are. Like those pay it forwards are coming back around for you. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
It does. I just, one of the things that's been holding me back as well, not just to mention Noah, is how am I going to work there? How am I going to do real estate there? How?
He said remote first and foremost. Even if you have to switch up to a different company, he's wanting you to look at everything. If something's not working anymore, what do? He used the reference to like makeup. He goes, there's an expiration on makeup, whether you continue to use it or not, but eventually the makeup is not going to work the way that it should have originally, and it's time to get a new makeup. That's cute. That's a good analogy. I like analogies. So basically, if you're good at what you do and you're at this job, but this job is not giving you what you need anymore, you can still have the same kind of job, but go get a different job if you need to. He's talking about people, places, and things. It's all about energy shift. If you want to jump a timeline into a better timeline in your life, there's certain things that you're going to have to leave behind. That doesn't mean go work at McDonald's. That means go start searching now online for a remote job that you can do real estate or an extension of that type of job.
Right.
If you want new, do new, be new. He said new will come to you.
And what about the grand boys? Aaron.
Only Noah is with you, right? Where are the others?
Yeah, they're in Plant City at their grandparents' house. With their dad and someone.
He says they're good. They're okay where they are right now. They're good. And
I know. Just spending time with them,
How far away is your mom?
About 3 hours one way.
He says you can always occasionally go back. You can even make a day trip to meet halfway, something like. He says stop limiting yourself. He says the reason why you keep hitting walls is because you choose to keep hitting walls. If you can't see further, if you keep looking back, you can't see further ahead. He's saying.
Yeah.
So
okay.
He says stop limiting yourself. He goes, it's not like you're out of state. It's
Right.
only 3 hours. He goes, yes, 3 hours is a lot. He goes, you could stay overnight somewhere, stay there a couple of days, a day or two, whatever you got to do to go back. You got to see them. He goes, it's not like they're gone forever. He says you can always see them again. I don't know how Noah gets along with them or anyone in that house, but he's also recommending like having him do sleepovers there or staying there a little bit if that is an option. He's tackling the how you limit yourself. This also talks about stretching yourself and weighing yourself down and putting too much burden on you. Autumn just chimed in, Mom, you gotta do what you gotta do. And she just like blew a big bubble, like bubble gum, and smacked it.
Make it sound so easy, Car.
Well,
so what does that mean, like with Noah? I mean, change his schools?
Well,
put him in homeschool? I mean, what does that mean?
She chimed in just now because she's saying that you're afraid that you're going to fail her or her wishes, that you're afraid to make changes and choices. Yeah, so she's saying stop it. She said you got to do what you got to do. She blew the bubble gum to lighten the mood, to lighten your mood. I didn't get to ask her. She's saying it. She says life doesn't have to be this hard. Life doesn't have to be this serious. You're making it this way. She says it's killing you.
It is killing me.
She just yelled, knock it off. Long and like just like that. What is it with her throwing things at you? It's like she keeps picking up soft things and throwing them at you. Like it looked like a soft squishy ball or something. Like
yeah. It's just, I don't know, but it's you try to figure out. I try to figure out where the best place is not just for me, but where I can still visit with the grandboys, where Noah can be where he loves and he's happy. And it seems like it's the correct place because I can work from here. And then I hear that, no, it's all wrong. And how in the hell do I figure out what is right? Which way is right without having to tune in with them? Because I think all of a sudden I've got it. You know, this is clear and I'll just do this. I'm going to work my ass off and get out of this rut. And then I'm just told, no, this is all wrong. And
Do you think that you can do this without their advice? Your plan right now, is it working for you?
No, I'm staying somewhere I am not happy. I'm living at somebody else's house who irritates me with no end, and real estate's slow right now.
So I'm going to stop you right there. I'll tell you this from energy. I hate to put myself in a story, but I have to. I'm really good at what I do. I am not a necessity, okay? My job is not a necessity. People don't need me. I'm an extra. But there's always going to be work if I choose to be in the right frequency. When I was living with Chad, I am a great medium. I do know that. I do great things. I know that. I couldn't get no work. Nothing was coming to me. Because I was miserable where I was. I kept hitting walls and walls and walls because I kept limiting myself. I need this much in order to move. I can't do this. I can't be a single mom, XYZ, you can imagine. The minute that a miracle came to me, I grabbed that shit and I was gone. Now everything is paid for in advance. I don't worry about anything. I'm grateful for everything that comes my way, and I'm flourishing because I'm in a better energy. I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I might not be where I'm supposed to be. Maybe this is just a stepping stone because there's things about this home I don't care for, but at the same time, I am so much happier. The work continuously flows because it's all about energy. This is a matrix. This is a video game that everybody's in. It's a simulation. We create our own reality. We can't create that great if we're in a low vibration. We're going to keep calling in low vibrational shit to us. We're making shit soup, if you will. We can have something better than that as long as we keep our frequency high. And it's hard to do that, especially for those who are newer to the game, energetically, working with energy, or even just being aware of their own energy. If they're surrounded by negative essence. That is another way the universe is telling you, get the F out. Did the universe want me to stay with a man or a place that was emotionally abusive and physically cheating and all that shit? No, the universe didn't want that for me. And it literally took rug ripping to get me out, because for 13 years, no, it's okay, I'm okay. I wasted 13 years. So, all of the time that you've been where you are and you're not moving, consider that a waste. But the universe is still here looking out for you, and you're able to connect to people that love you on the other side, your spirit team, that's trying to get you where you need to go. Sometimes we don't want to hear the things that they're saying to us, the guidance, because it's scary. It's easier said than done, but then we have to take a step back and look, this is not working out for me. I can't stand this person that I'm with right now. I don't have any money in my pocket. Sometimes it takes a Hail Mary and a jump, and everything turns around, because it's all about energy. I'm living through people need houses.
That I had about getting my broker license and working towards getting my own brokerage is a no-go right now.
3 months. In 3 months, because you need to get your feet solid in the ground, and it definitely successful in 3 months. And that's the last thing I'll say about me. People need houses more than any mediumships. So you already have an upper hand in your own personal story, in your own reality, and what you're doing. So he said you need to get the ball rolling. He keeps bringing out these papers. You need to write down what your costs are, your personal costs. This isn't including what you owe to somebody else, okay? Screw rent to anybody else. Screw what you're chipping in. Anyone? No. Think about how much write down how much it's going to cost for a moving truck, how much it's going to cost for this, for that, the ins and outs, and to get where you're going to go. And answer that. You will have help along the way. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. Know that it's coming. They see you moving, and if you keep on moving, that momentum's going to keep going, and that energy, if you're in the energy of I'm getting out, I'm doing better, I'm doing for me, I'm going to be happy, the universe and your guides are going to keep sending you all of the little gifts and tools and things that you need to get to where you need to go. They want to see you moving. They don't want to see you still. energetically moving, not staying still.
Okay, so the property that I own in North Florida, property by my brothers, I have two different pieces. So the property by my brothers, I put part of that up for sale. Is that, I mean, that would give me some money. Is that the right thing?
I heard the word flourish as you were saying that. That's going to help you flourish.
Okay.
Which one? Don't take the first offer.
Okay.
Take the second or the third. He says don't be in the energy of scarcity, because that's the biggest problem. If you can reflect on that, how you've been in the energy of scarcity, that's why that keeps coming to you. You really need to revamp your mind, and you really need to flip it into the energy of, I have a new life. Even if it's not here yet, I have a new life. I am happy in this new life. I am so much better. He keeps saying the word flourish. I am so much better. I am where I am right now. He just showed me you on your wedding day. What I saw specifically was all the flowers that you were holding and how they kind of went down like that.
I have another question too. The card that I've had, issues with my blood and stuff, and I haven't been back to get more blood since a year April. But I'm also not menstruating anymore, so I've been I've been busy all this time. I've had some of my same symptoms, but the last few months I have been so dizzy, and I was just wondering, is it my blood again?
With that, I was going to ask you too. I want to do a body scan on you, separate from this, because I got to go in a few minutes.
Okay.
If you need to do more reading tomorrow to connect with Autumn, I can do that for you. But with the body scan, I wasn't able to do this a year ago. I can do this now. I can do body scan. I can see the 9 different systems of the human body, and I've also been able to do healings that I hate.
It's just the dizziness. I sometimes feel like my eyes are crossing or rolling back, and like I'm gonna just pass out. I almost fall all the time, so I didn't know where that was coming from.
I can find that out through myself, and I can clear that out for you. I heard yes, I can clear that out. I don't know how much, I hate talking about myself, but my guys are saying I have been able to do healings remotely. Not the most recent. The first one was a woman in Texas. I did a body scan on her. I don't know her. I don't even know what she looks like. And there's something wrong with her feet, and they looked really horrible in my mind's eye. Come to find out, she hasn't been able to walk normally for 15 years. She doesn't leave the house. She can't.
Okay.
I healed her. I sent her energy. Basically, when I got a hold of her, her foot turned into clay, and I basically smoothed her out new feet. I just went with it. The next morning, she's messaging me, freaking out, crying, hysterically happy that she got out of bed for the first time and her feet didn't hurt, and she went to the mall for 3 hours with her daughter, which she's never been able to do. A month and a half later, she's still pain-free. So that's just an example. I said, oh, wow, too, because I didn't know no one knows what they're capable of. It's a growing thing. So since then, I have been able to repair hips, hearts, brain lesions. I don't charge. I charge for the body scan. I don't charge for the healing, because I think that everybody should have access to healing. And also, God told me that we all are able to heal ourselves. It's about learning how. So I'm a student right now in that. And once I fully master how to heal, then I start teaching people how to heal themselves. So I'm learning that as part of my mission as well. So with that being said, you don't have to be on video chat when I do your body scan. I'll tell you when I'm going to do it, and I'll record myself doing it, sitting right here, kind of like how you got in a recorded tarot reading or whatever from me. And then I will send the video to you. But I will tell you when I'm reading you, because about 10 minutes later, while I'm in the zone and connected to you, whatever healing I have to do, I do it. So the only thing I want you to do is to be laying down. And then I could even call you afterwards and tell you what's going on while the video is uploading, what it was that I discovered, what it was that I cleared out of you. And then, of course, you'll drink a lot of water, because I'm clearing out a lot of energy from you. It's spiritual surgery is what it's called. It's energy surgery. So
Okay.
If I am not too tired tonight, I will do that for you. You just have to be laying down. I'll reach out to you regardless, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
If not, then I definitely will do that for you tomorrow.
Okay.
But
All right. Good. I know you have to go.
I'm gonna call Autumn in
Right.
real quick.
Autumn.
I want to call Autumn in real quick and get a message because she's throwing shit at me now. So
Is she? Okay.
just real quick, just to see what she's got to say, and then I'm gonna scoot over to work. It's okay.
Okay.
I live 3 minutes away, and I'm late anyway. So, all right. What's Autumn's last name? Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay. Autumn Wilson. She showed me butterflies. She's showing me little boy on a bike. That is a good memory. Like the sun is shining on his hair. She just said Taco Bell. She's opening up a Snicker bar. Like this is all like her and her glory. Okay. Autumn Wilson, is there a message that you would like to give to your mom? Wake up! She goes just like that, and she's doing this. She goes, "It's me. It was me. It was me on the bed." She goes, "I would never unplug it because I can't." That's so funny. Oh my god. She says that she's proud of you. This is something that you need to hear. She says that she knows that it's really cloudy where you are right now. She says it's going to change. It's going to change really fast for you. You just have to comply. I love you so. She goes, loving you so much and missing you from the other side, but know that I'm very close. I'm very near. I always have been. I see her going like this. Like if your hair is up, she takes one little finger and goes up like the nap of your neck, like very, very lightly. Stop using my hair product. She just said that seems like a memory. Like you saying that to her.
Head and shoulders.
Autumn, go further.
Probably.
Yes, I can see it clear as day, and she goes like that. She's going like that.
Yeah.
Autumn, what else would you like to say? She just keeps saying better days are coming, and you need to rest. I know that it's hard for you to do. She goes, I know it's hard because I'm not helping you. She goes, but I already see that you're awake, so why not? She goes like that. She wants you to know that you're doing a great job, so stop thinking that you could be doing better. She says you're just a little misaligned right now, but that's okay. You're going to get back on track. She says everything's going to speed up for you so quickly. You just need to be ready. You need to keep your head straight. Keep yourself self-centered. She says let go. What? Let go of any painful situation that is existing right now here for you. It's time to move forward. It's time to move on. She's kind of crying a little bit, not like hysterically, but like weepy. Like you deserve so much better than what you've been dealing with and what you've been having to face right now. She goes, come on, you know that. She goes, whatever happened to having self-confidence and having self-esteem. Again, that kind of feels like things you would say to her. She goes, my, how the tables have turned. She goes like that.
Yeah.
She's quoted Bob Marley, get up for your rights. She goes like that. She says, I want you to empower yourself the way that you've always tried to empower us. She says, don't forget who you are. Don't forget where you come from. Don't forget everything that you ever spread far and wide. She says it's time to take all of that and muster up who you are and really go for it. And she just showed me a bunch of confetti like flying everywhere, like celebrating victory. She just gave you a crown, like put it on your head and flowers. Oh.
Sweet.
She goes, there's that smile. She goes, you need to smile more. She goes, I know that you feel like you don't really have much to smile for right now. She goes, but I love you so much and I'm always here with you. She goes, last thing I'm going to say. She's laughing about you talking about being a sinner. She goes, Mom, I was one of the biggest sinners and I still made it home. She goes, stop that. Stop that now. Stop all of that. She showed me Tootsie Rolls. It's like a long, thin Tootsie Roll, like one of the big ones. She likes candy.
She does. She loves candy.
All right.
I love you, girl.
She loves you so much. She just showed me a bunch of red balloons. Let me thank her. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you so much. I also saw a big red ribbon from Autumn. It almost looked like, I mean, this is big, like a big Christmas ribbon. How you would make it so nice. It's shiny and big and red. Just kind of showed that to me before she left.
Okay.